Hello, everybody. It's Kerry from Bab Speed Warehouse here, and we're trying our first live streaming. So if I mess up, well, I just mess up. It's a little dark. I see in the camera. We're gonna have a better camera in here if this goes over well. All right. So what I'm going to show today is turquoise, and let's talk a little bit about turquoise. Turquoise is one of my favorite stones. Uh, I hope it's one of yours. So let's talk about the different treatment. What's turquoise? What isn't turquoise? Uh, let's start with. I like this. Let's start with composite turquoise. So I'm going to show this to you. I hope you can see that up there. We'll get this better in the future ones. So this is composite turquoise, and how I can like to describe this, it's like fruitcake. You all have fruitcake. I like fruitcake. Babs, I know she loves fruitcake. Uh, it's turquoise that's chopped up into little chunks, and then a binder's put in it. In this case, it's infused with bronze. In there, there's some bronze in there, and then they compress it into a long square, well, maybe rectangle, like long like this, and it's got flat sides, and then they'll cut it and make caps. So this is what I like to call the fruitcake of turquoise. I don't know what other people call it, but it's the best way you can describe it. So the turquoise chunks are like the fruit of the fruitcake, the turquoise, and then it's got the binder, which is the bread and the flour and other stuff, and it holds it together nicely. So that is composite turquoise, and it's an okay product. I like solid turquoise. Uh, well, let's talk about reconstructed turquoise. Well, reconstructed turquoise is when they just ground it up in a powder, and then they put a polymer in it, and then they extrude it. It would be like the pink stuff that they make chicken nuggets out of that you saw in the news probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So yes, there's turquoise in it, but it really doesn't have any bearing on turquoise. It might as well just be sawdust for its value. And that's something we don't sell. We don't sell that. I do have a couple bracelets of the composite turquoise. Remember fruitcake turquoise? I do have some of those, but that's it. I just like having it. Ah, now let's talk about other stones that are dyed to look at turquoise. So this is magnesite. Now a lot of people will call this white buffalo turquoise. Well, no such thing. This is magnesite. It's a beautiful stone. It is found near where turquoise is. I think some of this is found in Arizona. Commercially, I don't know where it comes from. But what they do with this, they dye it blue. And it is called magnesite turquoise. There is nothing turquoise about magnesite. Nothing at all. It does look like turquoise. This is the natural color of it. They dye this in so many different colors and call it turquoise. It is not turquoise. Now the other stone that looks like turquoise is halite. So this is halite. It kind of looks a little bit like the magnesite. You can see the striations and stuff. There's a very abundant stone out there. It's not blue. This is the color of it. And some people will call it halite turquoise. Well, again, there's no such thing as halite turquoise. There is halite. And halite is a beautiful stone, but it is not turquoise. Not in any stretch of the imagination. Now, let's talk about turquoise treatments. Turquoise can be a real crumbly stone, so there are some proprietary treatments of impregnating it and holding it together. Now, reputably, these are not done with dyes. And these do not have color. They're just there to hold it together. I know a lot of people in the fossil world use this when they get fossils to hold fossils together. It's like a paleo glue, I think it's called. But the people in the turquoise business, they have their secret formulas of doing it. Now you can buy turquoise that is unstabilized. I know there's one mine in Arizona that actually produces a very hard turquoise. But in small Sleeping Beauty, we've been able to obtain, and this is what they call an abacus cut. You see the beautiful color there. It's actually, I'm looking on the camera here, it's more of a turquoise blue than that blue that you're seeing on this lousy camera. I bought a new camera, it's coming on Tuesday, and we'll be using that instead of this. So this is unstabilized. If it was stabilized, it would feel a little bit smoother. This feels a little bit rough to the skin. And you can just see, if you look at it closely, and I know you can't see it closely, you can see that it's not been stabilized. But if it was stabilized, not a big deal. Now, I'm going to show you a beautiful piece. This is from the Royson mine. Look at that piece of turquoise. That is beautiful, beautiful turquoise. Again, we're going to have a better camera because this is not so good. Let's talk about where turquoise is mined. Turquoise is mined in America. American turquoise also includes turquoise in Mexico because last time I checked, Mexico was part of America. So you've got turquoise in Arizona. You've got turquoise in Nevada. Kingman turquoise is in Arizona. The actual Kingman mine is about 40 minutes south, I think southeast of Las Vegas. I've been to the Kingman mine. They got some really nice turquoise. Most of the turquoise, though, is not cut in this country. Most of the turquoise is sent to a factory in China. They send the rough out there, and they tell them what kind of beads they want, what kind of stones they want, and then it's sent back here. We actually deal with that factory, and that factory buys up lots of bulk turquoise from American mines and a mine in China. There's an area in China called Hubei, and in Hubei there's some mines there, and the mines produce a very beautiful turquoise. And people when I tell them that this particular turquoise is from a mine in China, a lot of people resent that fact. But that's okay because, well, maybe that's not okay. Just because the mine is in China doesn't mean when the earth was formed and the turquoise was formed, there were no boundaries and said, hey, let's grow in China. That didn't exist. And the turquoise from that mine is absolutely beautiful. It's not cheaper than the turquoise from Arizona. It's on the same level of it, the same pricing of it. And then there's Persian turquoise, which is some of the most beautiful turquoise. There's 3 mines, and a lot of people call Persian turquoise because they don't want to say where it's really from. Those 3 mines are in Iran, and in the southern part of Iran, and I know some of the people involved in that, very nice people, very, very nice people. And one of the mines produces a robin egg blue turquoise. It's absolutely beautiful. It has no spider ink. It is just a solid robin's egg blue. And this is usually set in 18 karat gold when it's done in jewelry and fine jewelry. In the bead business, you don't see too much of it. It's very expensive turquoise, probably one of the most expensive turquoises. Then there's another mine there, and I showed this before, and I don't have any of it, or otherwise I would show you all. There's another mine in Iran that produces a really gnarly turquoise. It's a beautiful color, but it has a druze. A druze. If you remember druze, druze is microcrystallization. Now, as well, maybe you don't know, so we're going to tell you. Usually turquoise is a byproduct of copper mining. And copper forms crystallization sometimes, especially in the turquoise. So you'll see this microcrystallization. It looks like a little diamond mine, but they're coppery in color in the turquoise itself, in it. So you'll see a round piece of turquoise and a little key in there with this microcrystallization. That is the most beautiful turquoise, I think, in the world. It doesn't get any better than that. We had some bracelets like this, and I've seen some necklaces that were exquisite. If you go through my YouTube channel, it may be there. Hey, and if you're liking this video slash stream slash whatever, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Um, so that's the most beautiful turquoise is the to me is the Iranian turquoise, or otherwise known as the Persian turquoise. Um, there's some charts. I don't have one here, but the different mines in the United States. Sleeping Beauty is probably the one that you've heard the most about. A lot of the Sleeping Beauty you think is Sleeping Beauty, people say it's Sleeping Beauty, is Nakazari. Nakazari turquoise is in Mexico, as is Campitos, Campo Frida, and I think Turquoise Mountain. I'm not sure about that. So, excuse me for a second, got to get a drink. Drip it down myself. So, hopefully you learned something about turquoise, and hopefully this live stream actually worked. This is more of an experiment than anything else. Hopefully we'll get some people in here next time. You're probably watching this recorded because I did this early in the morning. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to those fathers. I just wanted to give this a try, see how this went, and hopefully you'll like it. And again, subscribe if you can. Check out our website, babspeeds.com, babspeedwarehouse.com. You can use either one. Get yourself some turquoise and enjoy. You guys have a great Sunday. Have a great Father's Day. You fathers out there, and signing off.